Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, and as always, I am so grateful that you are here, that you press play on one of my videos, that you stumbled across my channel. Thank you. I just always want to acknowledge the fact that we are exchanging energy in this moment in time. Even though we're not together in person, we are still vibrating on this digital frequency. So I just want to acknowledge that and express my gratitude to you for bringing me into your present moment and also giving this up and coming YouTuber a chance. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for investing in me and joining this community that I am building. I am so grateful for you, and you also already know everything that we're going to be getting into in this video. And if you are new here, welcome. I hope that you end up enjoying this video so much that you explore other videos on my channel and you also click subscribe. And for all of you who are watching this, if you do like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up because it helps you, girl. So in this video, y'all, we are gonna be getting into not one, not two, not three, four, five, six, seven, but 8 journal prompts for this upcoming full moon that we have taking place on June 24th. Let me just double check. Yes, June 24th, ladies and gentlemen, we have a full moon in Capricorn, and it's definitely going to feel lighter because we've had the intense eclipses recently. We are coming off of this retrograde. We are stepping into summer solstice and Cancer season. So there is a lot of shifts continuing to happen, but it is going to be a sweeter full moon that is going to lovingly encourage us to stop resisting who it is that we are becoming. So, if you have found yourself being resistant of change, being resistant of the transformations that are trying to take place in your life to align you to your highest potential, then this is the time, this is the full moon that is going to be asking you to start really stepping into your power, stop being resistant, and really step into your light, really embody all that it is that you are capable of and believe in yourself. Be courageous, be fearless. I highly recommend that you check out the energy reading that I did for this week because this full moon is all over that reading. So you can click this link right here to check more on that. But let's go ahead and dive into these journal prompts because they are so good as always. So let's get into them. What newfound desires have unearthed and do I find myself committing to? So, we all have desires on a daily basis, but you may have found yourself as of recently really having this passion to actually commit to certain desires, to actually pursue and dedicate yourself to the manifestation of certain desires. And I wanted to hold space for that energy. I feel like it was after the recent solar eclipse that we had where we have felt this uptick of energy. And if you haven't felt that yet, I feel like you are going to be feeling that very soon. But I wanted to hold space for that, for us to really acknowledge what these newfound desires are and which ones we are finding ourselves really committed to, really committing our time and energy towards manifesting and bringing to life. In what areas of my life and my being am I taking my power back? This is one of my favorite prompts of the 8 that I'm sharing with you, and I highly recommend that you pick this as one of the reflectional prompts that you will be journaling about. because so many of us are reclaiming our power in so many different beautiful ways. And I want you to acknowledge what those ways are for you. As we continue to fully embody this higher self version of ourselves, as we continue to step into the most authentic version of ourselves, we are naturally in the process of reclaiming our power. So I want you to reflect on this. I'm definitely going to be doing this prompt. And for those of you that don't necessarily fully understand what it means to take your power back, it's initially you really standing your ground and stepping up for yourself in different ways. You know, if you are, for example, setting a boundary in a relationship because they are not respecting certain values that you may carry, you are reclaiming your power. You are taking your power back by setting that boundary and really honoring your own values. You are no longer allowing yourself to deplete your power in any way, shape, or form by bending boundaries, by settling for less, by accepting what you don't deserve, etc. So that is just an example of what it looks like, what it is to reclaim your power. But I don't want to say too much about what that is or what that looks like, because it looks and feels and is different on everybody. Just get into the feeling tone of what it is to be empowered, to feel powerful, and ask yourself in what areas of your life and your being you are prioritizing feeling that power, making yourself empowered, taking your power back in areas of your life where you may have let it go, where you may have allowed it to deplete. So yeah, this one is definitely one of my favorites. And shout out to all of us who are reclaiming our power, because when we are our most empowered selves, we are like superheroes. So shout out to you for reclaiming your power. I am so proud of you. What aspects of my life am I allowing to fade away? Of course, with this full moon, I really had to create a prompt that specifically highlighted the action of releasing and letting go, because that is what full moons encourage, is us just really thinking about what it is that we are getting rid of in our lives, that we are acknowledging no longer serves us, that we know we have to release in order for us to really fully step into this new cycle. And I specifically wanted to use the words, what am I allowing to fade away? Because I feel like it has this softer essence to it. I feel like many of us have certain aspects of our lives where we're just naturally allowing it to exit our lives. We are just seamlessly, with ease, allowing it to just fade away, step into the background, and no longer have a spotlight in our lives. And I really just wanted us to think of it in that way, rather than like a cold turkey cutting off. Even though we have aspects of our lives where we are doing that, I really just wanted us to think about those other aspects of our lives where we're just naturally just allowing it to fade away. If I were to listen to my soul speak, what would it say? So imagine yourself. I really want this prompt to be more so like a meditative prompt, one that you actually sit with, meditate on, and ask yourself, what would my soul say to me if I just sat there with it and listened? It is so important for us to really make sure that we are navigating our path, that we are making moves that are centered in our soul, in the authenticity of our soul. If you watch the energy reading that I did for this week, I will link it up here. I highly recommend that you check it out. It is a little bit longer than my other normally lengthed weekly videos, but the full moon had such a strong presence in that energy reading, and part of it was for us to really listen to our souls and follow it and trust it. And again, this is directly tied to us really connecting with our intuition and having a strong relationship with our intuition, something that is continuously being emphasized in the energy readings that I do this year, is just making sure that we are aligned and listening clearly to what our intuition is saying. And so I'm always trying to come up with creative prompts that get us to connect with our intuition and practice connecting with our intuition in different ways. And I feel like this prompt is one of those ways to get you thinking about how you are connecting with your intuition, is by imagining yourself sitting down with your soul and allowing it to tell you everything that it needs to say. So if you choose this prompt, if you feel called towards reflecting on this prompt, I highly recommend that you almost use this as a time to meditate. Use it as a meditative prompt where you sit down, ground yourself, and really just visualize your soul, visualize yourself being with your soul, and allowing this meditative state to show you, to speak to you, and tell you what it is that your soul would tell you in this moment, in this season of your life. In what ways does my creativity empower me and free me? So, creativity and being creative is a theme that has a reoccurring theme that has been very strong and very present in a lot of the recent lunations that we have had. And creativity is a theme that is also being highlighted in this full moon in Capricorn. And I want us to think about how creativity, specifically our own unique creativity, really empowers us and provides us freedom. We unfortunately live in a society that does not prioritize creativity, that does not honor just how empowering creativity is and how powerful art is for our communities, for our upliftment, for our enlightenment, for our hearts, for our love, for our healing. And it can cause us to not honor and value and respect the creativity within ourselves. So I wanted to really encourage us and honor our creativity with this prompt by getting us to actually think about how our creativity actually does empower us, how our creativity actually does set us free, because it does in so many ways. And the beautiful thing about creativity, the beautiful thing about our own art, is that it impacts us personally in our own unique ways. So I want us to think about that. And I also want us, for those of us who do choose this prompt as one of the prompts that we're journaling, to refer back to it often, especially if you yourself are creative. Like, come back to this prompt, come back to this answer to remind yourself, like, actually, my creativity isn't holding me back. Actually, my creativity does empower me. My creativity does set me free. And the answer, whatever you end up answering for this prompt, almost ends up serving as like an affirmation. So I'm definitely also doing this prompt. It's so good. Shout out to art, shout out to creativity. Like, seriously, like, so magical. Where am I intentionally headed towards? So now that I got you thinking about all these different aspects of your life, things that you're letting go, things that you are finding yourself committing to, things that are coming up for you, your creativity, all of that good stuff. Now I really want you to sit with yourself and ask yourself, where am I headed towards? Where am I intentionally guiding myself towards? What is my destination? What is the bigger picture of everything that I'm doing right now, everything that I'm choosing to pursue, that I'm choosing to invest my time and energy towards? What is this all leading me to? What is this all building towards? So, of course, in light of the full moon, in light of things coming to completion, in light of this cycle coming to an end and us stepping into a new one, where are you headed towards? And the simple fact that you are asking yourself this is already making you and your direction intentional. And by the way, like, one reason why I love doing these journal prompt videos is because of the type of people that it attracts. The simple fact that you went on YouTube and searched journal prompts, or whatever search you ended up doing that led you to this video, is enough to tell me that you are someone who is dedicated to living an intentional life. And I absolutely love that about you. I love that about us. I love that about this community that I am building on my YouTube channel, because we truly are all being very mindful of our lives and reflecting and assessing our direction. So that is the intention behind this prompt, is for you to emphasize on your own intentions of where it is that you're going and what it is that, like, all the things that you are pursuing right now is actually heading you towards. So yeah, what's your direction looking like? How have I transformed in the past 6 months, and how do I intend to transform in the next 6 months? As we stepped into summer solstice, it marks the halfway point of the year. And I really wanted to create a prompt where we reflect on exactly that. This is a beautiful time for us to think about the past 6 months. What have we experienced? What have we overcome? What have we accomplished? What are we proud of? How have we transformed? How has it changed us? Reflect on where you were in the beginning of the year. What did that version of you look like? And how does it compare to the version of you that you are now? Because I can assure you that it is a different version. And I want you to reflect on envisioning the version of you that you see at the end of this year. So the previous prompt asked us our direction. So if you chose that last prompt, then you know what you are headed towards. You know what it is that you want to and what you are building towards. So now that you have this bigger picture, now that you have this grander vision, use this prompt to ask yourself, what ways do I personally need to transform in order to arrive to that destination? So reflect on the last 6 months, and also set your intentions for the next 6. You know, if you don't feel called to set all your intentions right now, don't do that, but at least hold space for yourself to journal on, you know, where do you well, the last one was, where do you see yourself going? But how do you see yourself transforming in the next 6? Because again, I can assure you that the next 6 months are definitely going to be transformative. And if we ourselves choose to reflect on that now and how we want and desire and intend to transform in the next 6, then that in itself is a form of us taking our power back, of us claiming our power, because we are choosing how it is that we are going to transform in the next 6. So this is a very empowering prompt, and I want you to look at it as such. When do I feel the need to be courageous, and how do I empower myself? So, as we've been talking about all these changes, all this self-transformation and evolution that we are going through, that we have been going through, that we're going to continue to go through, y'all, it requires us to be courageous. It requires us to be brave. It requires us to be fearless. And those moments of needing to be brave comes up differently and at different times, in different settings, with different people, for each of us. And I really wanted us to get to know when those moments are. When are those moments for you where you find yourself needing to be courageous, needing to pep talk yourself, needing to be brave and fearless? Because what may come easy for someone else may not come as easily for you. And I can assure you that for the next 6 months, for the rest of this year, we are going to continue to have moments where we're going to really have to empower ourselves to embody that courageousness, to really be fearless, to really be brave. So as we think about when those moments are, is it in a specific setting? Is it with specific people? Is it during certain kinds of projects? Is it when specific types of topics of conversations come up? As we think about those specific types of moments for ourselves, because again, it's different for everyone, I also want you to ask yourself, okay, when I'm in those situations, when I'm in those settings, when I'm with this person, when I'm having this type of conversation, how do I empower myself? How do I get myself to actually be courageous, to actually be brave, to actually be fearless and feel the fear and do it anyway? So this prompt, if you end up choosing it, can really come in handy for you when those moments come up, because you can come back to this prompt, see what it is that you wrote down, and remind yourself, oh, okay, this is how I empower myself. So if you have not already reflected on this before, on how it is that you empower yourself during these moments where you need to be courageous, where you need to be brave and fearless and have this warrior-like energy, then I highly recommend that you choose this prompt, because it is definitely going to come in handy. And that, my friends, are the 8 journal prompts for this full moon in Capricorn that we have taking place on June 24th, 2021. I hope that you resonated with, that you felt called towards at least one of them. And if you did, I would love to know which one that is. If it's one of them or more than one of them, let me know in the comments below. I absolutely love cultivating and creating community in the comments. And I also just want to gently remind you that you don't have to do all of the prompts, okay? You don't have to have a super elaborative, extensive ritual that ends up leaving you exhausted, because we're not doing that exhaustion stuff over here anymore, okay? Just do the prompt that you resonate with, that you felt called towards. And even, if there is a prompt that, just, slightly triggered you a little bit, then I'm going to actually nudge you to pick that prompt, because our triggers are letting us know what it is that we need to heal. So whenever you feel triggered, you're also coming across an opportunity to heal. So if there is a prompt that triggered you, then look at it as an opportunity to get to know what it is that you need to heal. And I'm gonna nudge you to gracefully approach that prompt. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are still here at the end and you made it all the way through and you checked all of it out, I hope that, again, this video just really helped you gain clarity on what it is that this full moon energy is all about. I hope that you resonated with it and just feel more guided, feel like you know what it is that you need to be reflecting on at this time, because that is my intention with these prompts. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, help your girl out to spread the word, to uplift the engagement. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of my weekly videos, because I publish more than one video every single week, and I'm always sharing journal prompts for the full and new moons, as well as other really high vibrational content. So don't miss out on that. Subscribe, join this growing community, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all. Love you.